Week 9 of PFR Scoreboard, another wacky night. Unpredictability continues, Wayne.
That's for sure, boy. We've had a couple of upsets here that I don't think anybody would have predicted.
I think the football teams in Northwest Indiana are determined to get you back below that 70% mark.
Well, they could have tonight.
Yes, they could have. Scores and highlights coming up next on PFR Scoreboard.
Is your throat still sore?
Yes.
We're almost there.
When you need a doctor, urgent care at Pinnacle Hospital. We have a network of physicians on site, located at 9301 Connecticut Drive in Crown Point. Urgent care at Pinnacle Hospital.
Who is the dark afraid of? His name is Tim. When you report a power outage, Tim and linemen like him respond to the call. Text OUT to 444-111 to report an outage. With your cell phone, when the power's out, power is still in your hands. A Flex Equity line from Tech Credit Union gives you convenient access to cash whenever you need it. This home equity loan features a low introductory rate and no closing costs. Tech Credit Union is an equal housing lender and is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Learn more at techcu.org or call Tech Credit Union at 800-276-TECH.
Programming on Lakeshore Public Television is provided by Strack and Van Til Food Market. Custom decorated cakes, breads, and baked goods right from the oven. Domestic meats and artisan cheeses in every store. 7 days a week, fresh is more than just a word. Strack and Van Til, built around you.
It is PFR Scoreboard on Lakeshore Public Television. Week 9 of the high school football season. Sudden death high school football starting next week, Wayne. Let's start. Let's get to some highlights, shall we? Over at 5959 Broadway. You were at Andrean tonight to see the Red Devils take on the Andrean 59ers.
Yeah, and I was thinking this was going to be a close game. You know, Lowell is back to being Lowell. They're running the football well. Their defense is playing well. But I was surprised their passing game is what maybe opened this particular game up.
Yeah, they hadn't thrown the ball a little, and Mr. Jusevich is back.
Yes, he is.
The last few weeks, so that has helped. So he came in and scored a big touchdown late in the game. Let's check out some of the highlights. Lowell and Andrean. A couple of teams that conceivably could meet again, I guess, down the road, Wayne.
Yep. And, you know, this was a game that both teams needed. I mean, Lowell's on a roll. They won last week. Now they come into Andrean. And you know, when I went there, this was a tough game because how many times has Lowell and Andrean played not for the conference championship?
You know, I was wondering where you were going with that because this was just for momentum for next week because neither team had a shot at a share of the conference title. It was Griffith's already half won, and Hobart could win the other half.
That's right.
Patrick Reardon bootlegging out the left side. One thing that we've seen, the protection for Reardon's been iffy the last few weeks.
Yes, it has.
He looks a little like Jay Cutler running for his life at times there in the backfield. And he's got good escapability, so he's able to make some runs out of nothing. But he hasn't had a whole lot of time to stand back there and look over the field.
No, he hasn't. And Lowell offensively has gotten back to that running game. Now, there was a nice pass right there for
Beautiful
a TD. For Lowell.
And
that's what was the deception.
They're going to need to throw the ball a little, Wayne, to keep the defense honest because they've been loading up in the box against that Red Devil running game, and that has not allowed them to run the football very well.
And there's, again, just nice blocking with that offensive line for Lowell. This was that one
wide open.
pass. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, this was an excellent pass and really fooled the secondary for Andrean.
You see, the play action can be your friend if they're loading up against
That's
the run.
right.
You can
This
have
is another
somebody
one
wide
right
open.
here.
That's a
Great.
big target too, into
Yep.
the end zone for a touchdown. Reardon, there's a little screen that tries to keep the pass rush honest the other side. McTeely Ryan
Yes, I think that is. That's right.
deep into Lowell territory. And Lowell, impressive tonight offensively, 35-21. They take on Westside next week, and Andrean against South Bend St. Joe.
Yeah, and this is the year that South Bend St. Joe has struggled.
Yes.
So this could be.
Unlike the fast few.
Yes, that's for sure.
They're there for the beating. Okay, big one tonight in East Chicago, the battle of two conference champions, EC and Griffith. And the radio guys must not watch PFR.
I know.
I mean, the check mark told them what was going on last night, didn't they? Didn't the check?
Yes, the check mark did. Okay.
Let's check out some of the highlights. T-Dub, watch the show. You're on it, buddy. Don't just turn off. Don't just tune away after your segment's over. Watch the picks, T-Dub. All right. Griffith in East Chicago, Wayne.
Boy, and I'm telling you, East Chicago really showed that they belong. You got to give Coach Novak and his staff a lot of credit for bringing this program along. And East Chicago tonight matched the quickness of Griffith, but the tenacity on defense for East Chicago really stood out.
Carl Stokes there on a nice catch from Devontae Jones.
And East Chicago's not just Jones. You know, this Tyree Rimmer really had a big night
Wow,
tonight.
somebody's climbing the ladder there. Tylee Rimmer there, Wayne, going up to the 10th floor to get that one. Gaddafi Coleman had a big night tonight as well.
Yes, he did.
On offense for Griffith. Jordan Velez, some multiple players in the pass game.
You know, as Gary Graveman had said on the field, our correspondent, it seemed that East Chicago took away the short passes from Winston that were so effective throughout the season.
Both these teams picking with turnovers tonight, Wayne.
Right.
Jared Cottrell there on a pick. We saw a fumble by Griffith before, another one there. In this game late, Griffith fumbled on a 4th down or a bad snap, and that gave East Chicago a fumble return for touchdown.
And right here, Jones, he is just so athletic and does so many things so well, so quick.
There's a pick right there. Coleman had a couple of touchdowns. Rimmer, I think, had the big fumble recovery for touchdown at the end when Griffith could have taken a lead. It was 21-15.
Right.
21-15. Then EC recovered a bad snap on 4th down, ran it all the way back for a touchdown. And then the big one next week, Wayne, is East Chicago at Munster, and then John Glenn also taking on Griffith. I look for Griffith to bounce back.
Oh, I do too.
A lot of these games tonight, turnovers a huge factor.
Huge factor.
Saw the turnovers by both teams there. Turnover a big factor in the Lake Central Valpo game. Turnovers a big factor in the LaPorte Portage game.
This was a surprise. This was
a
my surprise of
You
the night.
can't mess with Portage.
That's right.
If you make mistakes against Portage, they will hang around and they will beat you. And they've shown that this season.
Right.
And they did it again tonight.
And Anthony Omatio just was outstanding for the Indians.
But they've developed other weapons, like we saw Melendez.
Yes.
In order to keep the defense from really keying on Maceo. So let's check it out. Slicers undefeated going in. Maybe a little mojo off tonight because they'd already wrapped up the Duneland. They had a 2-game lead. But hey, Portage didn't care. They were looking to upset their perfect season. Let's go out to Portage.
You know, and we've talked all season long about LaPorte's running game and how effective it has been. And boy, once they started to put the ball on the turf, Portage just really took over there.
A couple of big fumbles, I think, in the
Yes.
first half by Laporte. There's Maseo, beautiful, hanging on for the pitch. Gets it away. You could see that Portage has really cleaned up their option. They are not turning the ball over. We saw them turn the ball over so much last year, Wayne, pitching the ball.
Right.
And even a little early this year, they do not turn the ball over on the option anymore.
You know, our correspondent Chuck DeBoss went up to this game, and
Really?
Yes, he did. He went all the way up to this game.
Chucked them off north of US 6?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't
And,
realize that. There's a beautiful run into the end zone.
He noted the same
David
thing.
Harrod.
Yeah, he noted the same thing you did, is that he saw Portage early in the season, and
Yeah, he
they were
saw him
kind of
against
iffy. Boy, tonight Portage played
Beautiful
precision.
throw. Beautiful throw there to Greg Millage from Maseo.
And there's that option.
Oh, a nice strength. Busting through a couple of tacklers. Yeah, Anthony Maseo he just looks so much more comfortable. They are playing faster in this offense with the more experience they have in it. You can just see how much quicker they are. Decision making, playing with the football.
Right.
Very impressive win tonight. Portage 31-18. That's no fluke, folks.
No.
Portage awfully good. Coach Rodriguez, Coach of the Year maybe.
But hey, there's no doubt about it. He's in the running. There's no doubt. Koulianis and Rodriguez,
Yeah.
there's no doubt.
They're both off. 6A takes the week off, which will be big for Valpo because they had a big injury tonight. 31-18 for Portage with the big win. Finally, Duneland, let's go out to St. John. LC wrap it up on senior night against the Valparaiso Vikings. Turnovers big in this game as well. Let's check out some of the highlights. Another huge night for Jay Bazaki and company. And Valpo was dominating this game, Wayne.
Yeah, they really were. And Lake Central just took advantage late in the game. And I think that LeFew was injured late in this game. Their
Right.
Valpo's quarterback.
I think I think LC threw 4 picks and had a fumble and still won
Right.
because key turnover by Valpo late in the game gave LC some new life. Zach Jones, your guy Josh Williams, there's a fumble there.
There's a fumble right there.
Oh, a little Lichtenberger option wildcat. There's a weird looking throw. Okay. There's LeFew there with a nice, the bubble screen was mapped out by LC.
Yes, it was.
There's a nice slant into the end zone for the touchdown. Beautiful throw, beautiful catch.
Lake Central's defense really played well in the end there when they had to.
They've caught fire the last few weeks.
Yep.
They came up with some turnovers tonight when they needed them. Beautiful throw there.
Beautiful. Zaki again.
No, that's Griffin Jelinski.
Oh,
Griffin Jelinski, number 82,
Yes.
getting the job done. Anthony Giles had a long touchdown run in this game early as well, Wayne. Nice run up the middle.
I think that was Josh Williams.
Nice out. LC still has the wide receivers.
Oh,
nice
yeah.
draw. There-
Nice.
That looks like Giles there,
Yep,
I think,
right
25. Over the middle. Nice catch. I'll tell you what, Wayne. Valpo lost tonight. They threw a pick in the last minute and a half. LC scored on a 10-yard touchdown. Josh Williams, they had the check mark. They came up big. And but I'll tell you what, Valpo fans, hopefully Jake LeFew's not
Yes.
hurt for very long.
That's right.
Hopefully he can come back in a couple weeks. They're off next week. Then they got Penn. Penn only won 21-14 over Mishawaka tonight.
There's hope. There is hope.
There's
As
hope.
I've said before,
They're there for the taking, Wayne.
Penn has a tough road. They've got to play Valpo and probably LaPorte or Chesterton.
All right, let's check out the scores, shall we, before the game of the night. Scores from across Northwest Indiana, some more upsets in Week 9 of the high school football season.
Maryville.
Yeah, nice win, 34-13 over Chesterton.
That's right. And the second one there, this is the Tommy Williams Grayson over Mason quote.
Grayson
for Tommy.
Link with 2 60-plus yard touchdown runs.
Oh
tonight.
yeah, Link had the missing link there. I'm telling you, that young man played well tonight.
Yeah. Usually running is not his forte.
Right.
Munster impressive. I think they led 42-0 in that one.
Yeah, Munster
So
really
Munster got some
played
momentum
well.
going in. They cleaned it up a little bit. They've got a big test next week.
Big one. Hobart dominated Highland tonight, and
Got a
they
share?
took a share.
Yeah, share of the
That's right.
conference championship. Congratulations to the Brickies, Coach Turley. Gavitt, nice win over Morton.
Hammond wins over Clark.
Hammond High, the Purple Gang, get the victory. Whiting, impressive over River Forest. Wheeler.
Calumet had a lead in this one in Wheeler, and Wheeler came back in the second half to pull this one out.
The station needed to win. They got it tonight, 33-6 over Bishop Knoll. South Central big over Boone Grove. Boone Grove with a very difficult situation there. Had one of their team members pass away. Very sad story coming out of there. And Pioneer shutting out North Judson. And that one's flipped around. It was Knox that defeated Caston tonight. Don't be dogging out the Redskins. Knox with a 37-6 win over Caston. All right, the game of the night, it's coming up next. North Newton and Hanover. We'll have those highlights coming up next on PFR Scoreboard.
For more information on everything Prep football, visit us on Facebook or on Twitter at PFR Sports.
We are back on PFR Scoreboard on Lakeshore Public Television, and Wayne, a big one tonight and a familiar trend developing for Hanover. After halftime, adjustments are made, and then they dominate second half. So we've seen that the last 3 weeks. North
Newton took a 7-0 lead into the halftime and played very well, but the adjustments at halftime for Hanover were really, and you know, we had Pete Koulianis on last night's show, and he said, you know, people ask him, what did you say at halftime against South Central? And he said, not much, because you made some adjustments. And I think that confidence in his kids to make those adjustments is what we saw tonight again at North
And
Newton.
I think they also wear teams down in the second half as well.
Yes, I agree.
Because they have they showed physically when they played Whiting that they were able to slug it out with a physical Whiting team, and we've seen that since then. Where in the second half they've dominated some of these games.
It's nice to have a Dustin Lindley on you.
It is on both sides of the ball.
Yeah,
He helps.
On both sides, that's right.
Against an outstanding North Newton defense. We thought North Newton would have to get off to a great start defensively last night, and they did tonight.
Yeah.
But Hanover just kept coming back. Let's check out some of the highlights, Wayne. A great meeting between two of the top runners in the area, Dustin Lindley, Justin Harrell. The folks down in Morocco must have been freaking out at the sight of the PFR Scoreboard cameras, Wayne, in town.
Yeah.
There's Nick Snow with a catch. This is, let's see, here's Justin Harrell right here, Wayne, number 8.
Right. Nice hit there.
Justin Harrell, who's been one of the leading rushers in Northwest Indiana. He was obviously a marked man tonight. Max Seitzinger for the Spartans, 87.
I think Harrell and Dustin Lindley were like 1 and 2 as far as yards gained.
There's Justin Harrell there running down the middle of the football field. Ben Vanderwall with a nice run that got North Newton the lead.
This is James Lang.
But Hanover just a lot of composure and rolling, beautiful reverse the field there. James DeLang on a nice run, making something out of nothing.
When you got a quarterback like Lang that can do different things, throw the ball and and run the ball like that, it really makes it tough defensively to try to stop that.
But the Hanover defense only allowed the one score, Wayne, and were able to stop North Newton offensively here the rest of the way.
That's right.
To allow their offense to get back in if there's some good North or Hanover Central defense there. See, both these teams want to run the football. There's a turnover there for that hurt Hanover in the first half. 21 unanswered after a 7-0 lead, and it was halftime adjustments again and second half domination. That's the Hanover theme the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. And hey, you know, that defense has really played well for Hanover, and when you get into the season now, into the postseason, it's defense that wins you games.
Undefeated regular season and a conference championship for Hanover Central.
Fantastic.
All right, how about some rapid fire scores? And then we'll talk about the fact that the check mark was 2-0 tonight.
2-0, that's
2-0
right.
with LC and EC, and that puts the check mark back over the 500
That's
mark,
right,
Wayne.
it does.
How about some rapid fire scores? We'll check them out again. The 6A teams, they get the break now.
Yeah, they do. They get a week off.
There's not as many 6A schools, so they get a week off before their sectionals start.
And some of them need that week off.
Some of them do. They'll be trying to get healthy.
Yep.
Maryville, they have a quarterback issue that may be helped out by the week off.
And certainly the Valparaiso.
And Portage is saying, let's play next week.
Yes, they certainly are.
Big Mo's on our side. Let's play next week. We're rolling, baby.
That sectional's just up for anybody. I mean,
Yeah.
anybody can win that one.
Yeah, you gotta like Portage in that section.
I know.
Yeah. All right, let's check out Crown Point. Got a huge win tonight.
Huge win. And their offense all of a sudden just exploded tonight, and it was on the road.
Munster got some much-needed momentum going into next week. Lowell's continuing to have momentum as they head into the sectional. And Hobart won a share of the conference title.
That was big. That was big. The way the Hobart started this season to finish this way and have a tie in the conference, that's fantastic.
Well, they've played very well most nights. I mean, one of their losses is to LaPorte, so there's no shame there. Gavitt over Morton. Gavitt ending their regular season in impressive fashion. Elsewhere, Hammond High gets a victory, so does Whiting. And Wheeler comes from behind.
Come from behind.
Take out Calumet.
Lake Station, a big win for them.
South Central.
Bounces back.
And Pioneer.
Pioneers in the class by themselves.
Yes, they are. Them and Lafayette Central Catholic, pretty good. Knox wins over Caston, and Hanover over North Newton. We'll be back Thursday night to preview the first round of the sectionals, and then we will have some outstanding high school football sectional action coming your way next Friday with another edition of PFR Scoreboard. 7:30 on Thursday, Wayne. We know the game of the night's going to be Munster and East Chicago.
That's right.
Any other games sticking out in the first week?
Well, I really think that Andrean needs to play well because they got New Prairie.
Going.
If New Prairie should win.
Looming is New Prairie.
Looming. So they need to get their act together a little bit too.
And Whiting and Knox could be on a collision course for a very good sectional game as well. And we'll see how the 6A teams do in their week off.
Yeah.
A lot of quarterback issues there at 6A. We'll see if they can get healthy.
Yeah, and it's nice that Crown Point's offense has all of a sudden shown up. You got a big game. This is not next week, but
Crown Point and LC.
Yeah, a big game for Crown Point and LC.
Yeah, that'll be another big rivalry game, and for them to figure out, and we'll see who can get the best of that one. All right, we'll see you Thursday night at 7:30 on PFR on Lakeshore Public Television. Good night.
Go Cubbies.
Is your throat still sore?
Yes.
We're almost there.
When you need a doctor, urgent care at Pinnacle Hospital. We have a network of physicians on site, located at 9301 Connecticut Drive in Crown Point. Urgent care at Pinnacle Hospital.
Who is the dark afraid of? His name is Tim. When you report a power outage, Tim and linemen like him respond to the call. Text OUT to 444-111 to report an outage. With your cell phone, when the power's out, power is still in your hands. A Flex Equity line from Tech Credit Union gives you convenient access to cash whenever you need it. This home equity loan features a low introductory rate and no closing costs. Tech Credit Union is an equal housing lender and is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Learn more at techcu.org or call Tech Credit Union at 800-276-TECH.
Programming on Lakeshore Public Television is provided by Strachan Van Til Food Market. Custom decorated cakes, breads, and baked goods right from the oven. Domestic meats and artisan cheeses in every store. 7 days a week, fresh is more than just a word. Strachan Van Til, built around you.
Captioning for PFR and PFR Scoreboard is provided by Voice to Print Captioning, LLC. Wardrobe for PFR and PFR Scoreboard provided by Gosser Corporate Sales Incorporated. Custom embroidery, screen, and digital printing. Further support provided by Fahrenheit 212 Restaurant and Bar.